Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. We are back with another energy update for the collective today. So there will be more picker cards coming, of course, and please keep voting on the ones you want to see. Next up, we're going to have, I think there's an angel picker card. There's going to have to be a cat picker card because that's what you guys want, and I'm so happy to do that. Bedford is currently outside being a menace to society, so I don't know if he's actually going to participate in this reading. That's yet to be seen, but I have left my door slightly too, so he could let himself in at any moment, I'll warn you now. Bedford's my cat, for those of you who are new to the channel. And the last reading we did, he sat on this table the whole time, and I had to put the cards on top of him because he's a bit extra. So, alrighty, let's see what's going on in the energy for the collective right now. See what messages we have from your spirit guides, your spirit team, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones in spirit. See what's coming up for you guys. Okay. All right, what themes have we got? Number 8, Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Isn't it just? That's what we want to get past, Bobcat. Please tell us your messages. Okay. 5, Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Lovely. 42, the Otter Spirit. I love this one. You are never alone. And look how the otters are making kind of a heart shape. It's a very gorgeous, loving energy with the Otter Spirit. Very often this is like a soulmate card. And Horse Spirit on 33, freedom is yours. 33, the Christ consciousness coming through. So there's some very loving energy coming through from the higher realms at the moment. So it could be that some of you are having, I don't want to say a difficult time necessarily. I mean, of course it might be a difficult time for some, but it feels like some things might just be really bemusing you at the moment. Almost like certain things happening, or people making decisions around you, or just witnessing things that just don't seem to make sense, or you're just leaving you feeling really bemused is the word I get. Like, what the frig is happening right now? What? Is it a real sense of wonder in a confused sense, I want to say. And it could be things that are affecting you, could be things that aren't actually directly affecting you necessarily. You could be watching people around you making strange decisions, unusual choices, arguing over things that don't matter. You know, you may very much feel set apart from the rest of society at the moment, almost as if some people around you are losing their minds at the moment. Yeah, on whatever level that is. And life is a mystery, but there's a reason with this card. I want to say there is a reason for everything that's going on in your life at the moment, even if it doesn't completely make sense. And a lot of the time it doesn't, but there is, and we are assured that in the great mystery of life, there are things that do happen for a reason. And I'm never one to excuse people's bad behaviour, because I will not do that. We do not excuse abusers or bad people's bad behaviour by saying, oh, well, everything's a lesson. No. Okay, they don't get to do that and get away with that. Not with me, anyway. But there is this reassurance here from a spirit. This isn't to say you're not allowed to be upset. You're not allowed to feel what you feel. You're absolutely allowed to be upset or feel whatever you feel about anything in your life that happens to you. But there is a reassurance from spirit here that it's okay. We've actually got a handle on things. Okay, even if things are a little bit screwy right now, we have got a handle on things. We do know what we're doing in the grander scheme of things, in the big picture. The big picture view does actually make sense. And it is all part of the Great Awakening. And I just picked up the deck, and there's the wolf looking at us from the bottom. Turn knowledge into wisdom. The wolf is a very wise card on 67. What's that? 67, 13, 4. So it's about new beginnings. But this is what I was going to say. This is all part of the Great Awakening that's happening on Earth at the moment, where humanity is awakening, or sections of humanity are awakening. The sections that are not awakening will be fighting very hard against it. So that is one of the reasons, in my opinion, on a spiritual level, that we're seeing a lot of discord in the world. And as I'm always saying, we are in 2 energy, very strong 2 energy, because we are in the 2000s. You know, we're in the second millennium by my calendar, the one that I work from. As I'm filming this, we are in the second decade of the second millennium. So it's a lot of number 2 energy, and 2 is all about poles, polarities, and potentially a lot of combat and arguing, because one person's over here, one person's over there, and for as long as they stay at their poles at the end, two different ends of a subject, they're never going to meet in the middle. They're never going to find out what the other person's end looks like. Okay, so this is about compromise. It is about listening to other people. That's the lesson going on here, and it's taking some people a long time to get there, to understand that you have to listen to other people's opinions and not just say, no, I'm right and everyone else is stupid. Okay. So there is wisdom to be found even in opinions you don't agree with. Okay, so the message is to listen for some, but also to know that there is a grand plan at work here. This is the Great Awakening. It is all happening at the moment. It's probably going to look a little bit shambolic at the moment. So just hang on in there. Because the bat spirit tells us that there's a rebirth coming, there is a big change, there's a big shift coming in, okay, and that's really nice to see. It is an energetic shift, all right, it's not a person coming in. For me, the second coming of the Christ, which is represented, well, 33 is the Christ consciousness, so you might say that this card could represent the second coming of the Christ. To me, it's the Christ consciousness, the Christ energy. That's how I understand it. Your understanding may be different, and that's valid, but this is mine. As I understand it, it's the second coming of that knowledge, that wisdom, that connection that he had, that higher vibration that he carried. And we have the opportunity to embody that now. Okay, we are being given the opportunity to embody that higher energy, to become Christ-like. Okay. And for me, that's what the Great Awakening is all about. It's very beautiful energy. So there is this rebirth happening, which is nice. And I think we are going to see positive change coming. It is going to be on the slightly longer term. I actually want to say 4 or 5 years, with 67, 13, 4, and then 5 coming on. Yeah, and then 42 is a 6. So it's like 4, 5, 6, and another 6. So yeah, it could be 4, 5, 6 years for these changes to really take effect in the wider world or in people's lives around us, because people do change very slowly. Okay, some people change fast. All right, I am generally someone that changes super fast, and it frustrates the heck out of me that other people don't. So I'm like, come on, keep up, get there faster. It's hard for me. It might be for you as well, but the tide is turning. It takes a long time for the tide to go in and to go out. And it is that kind of slow, energetic, emotional movement that's happening at the moment. So with the Otter Spirit, there is this reminder that no matter what's happening in your life at the moment, you have not been left, you've not been forgotten by your spirit guides. And there is really nothing to worry about in the grander scheme of things. If you are doing your own spiritual work, I feel there's a lot of protection for you right now. And it's bringing a lot of freedom as well. Freedom of the heart, because these are both 6s, these numbers. And 6 is the number of the heart, the sacred chalice. In the tarot, it is the Lovers, of course, which is about love, but it's also about choices. What does the heart want, is my question. I feel like choices will be opening up to you on the shorter term. To the wider population, to the wider community, maybe going to take longer, but for you personally watching this video, drawn to this video, it's coming in a lot faster for you. Freedom is here for you. Opportunity is here for you, even if you feel like you're taking a path that nobody else around you is taking. Okay, because they don't understand it. Perhaps maybe it's a spiritual path you're taking that the people around you don't understand. Maybe they're stuck in dogma, maybe they have no beliefs at all, or they choose not to believe in anything, which they're entitled to do. Maybe you're taking a different path in your work, in your business. There's definitely a lot of new beginnings, new paths coming out of this. I keep saying the word path, so that seems important for some reason. And for some reason, I've also chosen to wear my ring watch as well, if that counts for anything. It is just gone 7:10, so that could be symbolic to somebody as well, because I don't normally wear this one for readings. I do wear it out at the weekend because it's just really handy, because I can never be bothered to wear a watch because it gets caught under my sleeve of whatever I'm wearing, and goodness knows I do not want to spend 5 minutes hunting in my bag for my phone every time I want to know what time it is, so I just like the watch. So time and timings feels like an important subject right now. So I want to say, if things seem to be taking too long, it's all right. They're coming in. They'll be coming in faster for you than the people around you. Your life is probably speeding up at the moment. If you're drawn to this reading, you're probably one of the soul groups where you're going to find certain things in your life are speeding up. You're being protected from some of the mayhem or chaos that people around you may be experiencing, although you may be experiencing the second-hand stress from what they're going through, or the stress of having to deal with them when they show up. You personally, I think things are going to be a little bit easier for you, which is really nice to hear, really nice to see. So we're going to bring in some more cards here, see what else we've got going on here. I do really like this, and there's a lot of support coming through from the higher realms here, coming through from spirit. There's a lot of love, a lot of support. There's some very fated things I think that are going to be happening in your life soon as well, and I mean fated in both sense of the word, as in fate, but also as in like fate, fete. It feels like something to celebrate. So crow spirit, co-create with spirit. What was I just saying? On 17.8. Oh look, 17.8, lovely numerology. Wasp spirit, sometimes life stings. Yes it does, on 64.10.1. Reminding us that sometimes we have to start again, sometimes we have to start from scratch, and it's sat on top of the rebirth card. So 2 5s are 10. Nice little connections in the numerology there. 51.6, that's a 6 on top of a 6 with the sandpiper spirit. To be playful. Yes, otters are very playful, aren't they, as well? The otter reminding you are never alone, and the sandpiper reminding you it's okay to be playful. And then 43, lovely, 43.7. So we finally moved on from 6 to 7 here with the owl spirit. You see clearly now. Yes, there's a lot of clarity here. A lot of clarity coming through from the realms. I just cut the cards in my hands and came up with the porcupine spirit. Time for beginner's mind, or beginner mind, on 48.12.3. 48, completion of karmic contract. I'm just going to say it again. 48, completion of karmic contract. Woohoo! Yay! It feels like you've completed some of your karma. You've completed one of, or several contracts. I feel probably several. I get the number 3 for many people. So 3 areas of your life in particular may be shifting and changing at the moment in positive ways because of work that you've done on yourself, changes that you've made, things that you've understood and worked on within yourself, within your spirituality, within your relationships, within your work. So there is this nudge here to co-create with spirit, to make sure you're asking for the things that you want. And I'm sure you are. And it's okay, you will get them. Things are not perfect at the moment, which is why we have the wasp spirit here to remind us that, yes, sometimes life stings, shit happens, right? Okay, it's just how it is in this realm. We're in this 3D realm, this realm of duality, where we are here to experience light and dark, to understand what that's like, to experience pain so that we know what joy feels like. Okay, to experience the polarities of different things. And sometimes it really sucks. Okay, sometimes I hate this incarnation so much. Okay, and that's okay. That's valid. You're allowed to. All right, you don't have to pretend to be happy all the time if you're not. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. This is a wonderful energy, actually. I really like this with the sandpiper and his little jaunty hat. I always call it a jaunty hat. I don't know why. And when I say that, for some reason I sound like Penelope Keith. If anyone out there knows who that is, if you don't know who that is, look her up. Penelope Keith. Particularly look her up as Margot in... Oh, what was it called? What was that TV show called? Oh, I can't remember. Someone in the comments tell me. But Penelope Keith, she was like one of my idols when I was growing up. Anyway, I think she's amazing. But sandpiper spirit, very playful, fun energy, a reminder to maybe manifest through your hobbies, manifest through doing things that are fun, that you really enjoy, without forcing it. Just see what comes. Like recently I took up ballet. I know, try not to laugh, but I did. I have my 3rd lesson tomorrow as I'm filming this, and I absolutely love it. And yes, I'm 100% an adult and far too old to be a ballerina when I grow up, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do it. I absolutely do, and I'm having a wonderful time, and it's really fun. Okay, so there is this little nudge to do something a little bit fun, to be playful, or to at least allow yourself to be playful when the urge arises. Don't force it. Don't think, oh, I've got to do this now because Helen says for me to manifest what I want, then I have to go and be playful. So I'm going to force myself to do something I don't really want to, that is generally considered playful. No, that's not what Helen's saying. Helen's saying, I don't know why I'm speaking in the 3rd person now. Allow yourself to be playful when the moment arises. Okay, don't shy away from it and think, oh no, I'm far too old and grown up for that. Because if I'm not too old to put ballet slippers on, then you are not too old to be playful either. Okay. I have tights and a leotard and everything. So anyway, right, owl spirit, you see clearly, yes, there's a lot of clarity coming through here. So it does feel with the, I'm going to laugh now at my nonsense, right? Okay, with the Christ consciousness, horse spirit, freedom, spiritual freedom coming through here, spiritual anarchy coming through. You may be pulling away from more traditional religion. You may be stepping away from even from groups of people who previously you did resonate with spiritually. Maybe you're finding them too dogmatic or too set in their ways, or just perhaps that they don't resonate with you anymore, and that's absolutely okay. It is okay, very much okay, in fact encouraged to follow your own path at the moment. If you see this crystal, as I just moved my cards, my smoky quartz point went in its own little direction there. So it's almost like it is okay for you to go in your own direction. It's no longer lined up with the other two where it was previously, more or less. It's going in its own direction. Really love this one. See the little window there? Isn't that fabulous? Smoky quartz may be a crystal that you're drawn to at the moment. It's very good for redirecting, removing negativity. So that could be a nice one if that's one you're drawn to. Let's pop her back there. Okay. But clarity coming through, yes. So there could be Kundalini rising, awakenings happening right now. You may be having spiritual realizations, very interesting, powerful spiritual experiences as well. There's some interesting astrology going on at the moment. So see what happens for you, okay? And just go with it. I'm going to say just go with it, okay? If it feels right spiritually, just go with it, because there's a lot shifting and changing at the moment, and some of us are going to feel like pioneers, like forerunners, like we are alone and there's no one else walking the path with us. But of course, we are never alone. Like the Otter Spirit reminds us, because our guides, our angels, there are hundreds of people with you at all times. You are never alone. I mean, how could you be with all your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, your helpers, the higher realms? I mean, how could you possibly be alone? Just the thought of it's hilarious. And you can never truly be separate from God, Goddess either. So how could you be alone? Although that is what we are here to experience. So of course there are moments where we feel alone, and that's absolutely okay and valid. So let's pop our little animal friends away. Let's get some, I nearly said mermaids. They're unicorns. Why did I say mermaids? They're clearly unicorns. Okay. Unicorns. Let's get some unicorn messages. Well, that one wanted to come out. Oh, someone wants to talk. Okay, I put them in the wrong box. That's why they're falling everywhere. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. There we go. Right, let's get some unicorn messages. Oh my goodness, they're jumping out, leaping out at me. Okay, let's see if there's another one that wants to jump out, or if I'm going to have to pick one this time. Oh, now I'm doing it on camera, of course, they won't do it. Okay, oh, this one definitely wants to come out. You are gifted. On the bottom, practice. All right, yes, a little reminder that to get good at anything you have to practice, because you do. Yes, you do have gifts, you do have psychic gifts, but if you want them to get better, you have to practice, okay? Yes, I have gifts too. I have abilities. I've probably always had them, but boy, I could not use them a long time ago. You know, when I was first discovering them, first uncovering them, I didn't have a clue how to use them. I tried, but I wasn't very good at it. I think it's a myth that everyone who's like a psychic or a medium is like instantly able to do it perfectly right from the word go, because that's just not the case for most people, right? I try to tell people it's a bit like playing the piano. Everyone has the ability to play the piano to some degree. Everyone has the ability to read tarot cards, read oracle cards, you know, use their psychic ability to communicate with the other side, you know, to some degree. Some people are more naturally gifted at it than others, and some people are the prodigies who can literally do it perfectly from the word go, but that's not the case for most people. Okay, most of us have to work a little bit to hone our abilities, to work our craft, to learn our craft, to understand how to do it properly, to communicate with our guides and understand how they communicate with us so the communication makes sense when it comes through. It took me a long time to realise that when my spirit guides show me a symbol of roses, they're talking about the mother's side of someone's family. Now, this is usually when I'm doing mediumship, but not always. And when I'm shown a man in a pinstripe suit, that's the father's side of the family when they're bringing through someone. And it took me years to work that code out. Once I cracked it, I was like, oh, that's what you've been trying to show me this whole time. Why couldn't you have told me, you buggers? Anyway, I don't know why they couldn't, but they needed me to work it out. I got there eventually. Right. I'm sure they weren't impressed. Right. Talk about your feelings came out very, very fast. And it says, tell a friend how you feel. So for some of you, it may be that there is something you need to say to someone. All right. It could be that there is a friend that you would like to take the friendship to a romantic relationship, for example, or there's something very deep you need to talk about maybe. And it came out with decide. They practically leapt out of the deck. It feels like there are decisions to make. For some people it is about taking a friendship to a higher level, perhaps to a romantic relationship, or talking to a friend about your connection to them, or getting advice from a friend perhaps to actually make a decision as well here, because there is this need to decide, are you going to go through this portal, this gateway to the unicorn fountain, or are you just going to stay here in the lovely grass with flowers in your hair, which looks very pleasant, looks very nice and restful, but at some point we have to stop resting and we have to actually do something. So it feels like a period of rest coming to the end. And with this card, it's kind of evocative to me of the Four of Swords in some ways in the tarot, which is about resting. But it's more than that. It's a very gentle rest here. It's a gentle rest that allows us to take time and actually see things clearly. So maybe it will help to actually talk to somebody who is spiritually on your wavelength to help you make decisions about the future, who could be a friend, a counsellor, somebody that you trust and believe in. It could be a tarot reader, for example. Doesn't have to be. And there is this reminder with You Are Gifted as well. I want to bring that card back in to say that you might have outgrown where you are right now. Okay, and this could be to do with your work, it could be to do with your romantic relationships, your friendships, your social group, or even just the circumstances you live in. Maybe you share a house and it's time for you to have your own space. You know, whatever it is, whatever's calling to you, whatever's making you feel like you need to think about it, you need to make a decision. Think about it and make a decision, because that's definitely coming up in the collective energy this week. And there is a reminder as well that if you want to go in a direction, you have to work at it. Work is required with the practice card here. You can't just expect everything to fall into your lap. You will have to make effort. If you want to get good at something, you do have to practice. If you want to make a career change, you have to work on it too. So there's lots to think about, and this comes in with the decide card. There's lots to think about, lots to consider here. But none of it's a bad energy. It's actually all positive. Potentially it's all very, very positive. It's just a case of working through your feelings, working through how you feel about making these changes. So we are going to do a mini pick a card now, just to get a message, because it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. So we're going to do a mini pick a card here, which is something I like to do, just to get some more specific, precise messages, because this is collective, of course. So if you want to pick number 1, number 2, or number 3, I will lay the cards out. Oh, okay, that's 1. Both for 1? Yes, okay. 2 and 3. Okay, so there's 2 cards for each pile. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get a charm for each pile as well. Make it a bit interesting. Oh, okay. All right. Pile 1's charm is a fairy on a star, wish upon a star, kind of Tinkerbell little fairy. Pile number 2 is this gorgeous paw print on a heart. It's like a little doggy paw print or a cat paw print. Or it could be a bear, to be fair. I don't know what bear paw prints look like. Pile 3 is a feather, which kind of looks a bit like a dagger, but it is a feather. Okay, looks like it's been, like it's got something wound around it, like it's to be worn as jewellery. Could be a Native American connection there. Okay, so pick 1, 2, 3, and let's have a look at our messages. So, number 1, we have flowers and fire. Well, that's quite contradictory. And we've got our little wish upon a star fairy as well. Flowers on 11, fire on 10. Be generous, success and emotional fulfillment are yours. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. Wow, this is wonderful. So success and fulfillment coming in, but you've just got to remember to let go of the past. Let go of the past, don't bring it with you. So this could be a new relationship, and a reminder here not to pull through the drama from previous relationships, not to judge the new person based on how someone might have treated you in the past. Or it could be a job, you know, go in with new eyes, fresh expectations. Don't expect it to go wrong just because something in the past did. Remember to judge everybody on their own merits, on their actions, rather than how somebody's treated you in the past. So there is a message here about letting go of baggage, letting go of old beliefs, and letting go of old emotions that no longer serve you. And this could be a nudge for some people who have gone through some very difficult times, maybe to get some counselling to help you to move on from different and difficult emotions that erupt at the wrong moment when you should be smelling the flowers. Our numerology here, we have 11-2 and 10-1. And we've also got 21-3 creation. So there's a very creative energy here. It is all 1s and 2s, which lead us to 3, of course, in the numerological in numbers, 1, 2, 3. 3 is about new beginnings, about new cycles, about creation. 1 is, of course, the individual. And with 11 here, we have wisdom, and we have a new cycle on 10. 2 is about balance and discovery of different polarities, understanding the world. Very, very interesting message for pile 1. I have to say, it's going to be an interesting time moving forwards. And I want to bring in some reassurance here that yes, you can have what you want. Okay, just remember to leave the past in the past and work through what you need to work through so it can stay in the past and you don't have to repeat any cycles, all right? Repeating karmic cycles is unnecessary right now. Pay attention to your astrology as well, with the star coming through here with this cute little fairy on. Could be a connection to the fairy realms for some people there as well. So moving on to pile 2 with our little doggy heart here. Thorns and the moon. Wow. Okay, the moon on 21. So a connection to pile 1. So pile 1 might have also been a message for you. 21-3, the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. 31, thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. Interesting. This is a bit like what we were saying earlier about how if you want a new beginning, you have to work for it, and it isn't going to be perfect necessarily. It requires effort and sometimes sacrifices or changes, or just work that you have to put in and things you have to put up with while the change is happening. Full moon. I think we've got a full moon eclipse coming up as I'm actually filming this. Let me check. Yeah, the energy of the full moon eclipse is coming up because it's happening in 2 days' time. So as I'm filming it, we're already being affected by that. It doesn't matter when you're watching it. Of course, this is timeless. But remember the energy of the full moon eclipse. This is interesting. Yeah, eclipses aren't necessarily the most auspicious times to do things. Generally, we're told not to watch eclipses. You know, the ancients knew to stay indoors and do their spiritual practice during an eclipse and not to go outside, not to start anything new, not to do any kind of celebration, because it wasn't appropriate during an eclipse. And I just want to say, even though it's not the ideal energy to do something, with the eclipse energy coming through, the lunar eclipse, I just want to say that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, but that might be representative of a new endeavour that's experiencing perhaps more problems than you expected it to, with the thorns here, weathering challenges. I want to say whatever it is, whatever new plans, or it may not be new plans, it may just be things that you do on a regular basis and you're just having more problems than usual, more trouble than usual, more issues cropping up for no apparent reason. It's just the energy right now. Under the full moon eclipse, things go a little bit crazy sometimes. It's okay. So yes, you may be experiencing more thorns than necessary, but it's only temporary. Okay, if you weather these challenges, it does bring in a very positive new future for you, like the card says. So this temporary difficulty is coming through, and there could be a connection to pets actually helping you do this, or you could work with pets, for example, work with animals. Very beautiful animal energy, or there could be an animal in spirit supporting you through this, or more than one. Okay, so we have the feather for pile 3, and our cards are unicorn and wish. Oh, how special. Oh, this is very special. I love this one. Very etheric, very ethereal energy coming through here, very mystical with the feather here. And very often feathers are messengers, aren't they? When we see white feathers, when our angels are near, they just kind of appear out of nowhere. I've seen feathers just literally appear in the most hilarious ways and kind of hover in front of your face when you ask a question. It's remarkable. So with the unicorn on 33, again, it's that 33 energy coming in with the horse energy. Where I'm from, we have the goddess Epona, the Celtic horse goddess. Her energy comes through quite strongly to me here as well. The energy of the unicorn, the energy of Pegasus as well, the winged horse, these mystical horses coming through here. So it could be an actual connection to horses for you. So success, hope, freedom, healing and magic are all available to you if you just believe. So you are being asked to have faith. and to make a wish and have faith that things will go in the right direction for you, because with wish on 35-8, your heart's desire is ready to come true. So it feels like you've reached a very poignant moment in your life, pile 3, a very special and poignant moment where you can manifest. Look at all the stars on these cards. You know, we've got the whole galaxy of stars around us. It's like you are a whole galaxy in one person. You are very, very special. You may identify as a starseed. You may be aware or believe that you've had lifetimes on other planets, which is highly conceivable. Your soul may not have been born on this planet, for example, or it may have been. But there's a very strong connection to the star nations here coming through to oh, that's interesting actually, because the Native Americans are very aware of the star nations. There could be a connection with that there too. They are aware of the what we would call alien or ET beings, which is a little bit disrespectful to call them that. I don't like to use those words, but to the star nation. So if that is an energy that you work with, it seems like they would like to help you. They want to support you in your endeavour. You may work with the Pleiadians. I'm getting the Pleiadian energy coming through, or even the Orions want to come through as well here. Yeah, they're the only two that want to talk to me right now. Possibly the Syrians for some, but those were primarily the two energies that wanted to come through. So let's just get a Pusheen card for each of the piles. This is always fun, isn't it? Okay, let's get a Pusheen for pile 1. Dragon Sheen. Pile 2. Cardboard box sheen. Pile 3. Dear, it's jogging. I'm doing some sort of exercise. Okay, so for pile 1, we've got the dragon energy, very dynamic, creative fire energy. So we had fire here, literally. So there could be a literal connection to fire here on some level for you, or to dragons working with dragon energy. You may feel drawn to work with dragon energy, reach out to them, or you might be seeing dragon symbolism wherever you go. Let's actually just have a little spritz of the cosmic dragon spray here, shall we, friends? Let's just, there we go. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Bringing in blessings for everyone. Then we have Pusheen for pile 2, Pusheen in the cardboard box. Don't hide your light under a bushel. And yes, certainly with the thorns, you might be tempted to hide inside a cardboard box with your cat and sort of wait everything out. But everything is going to be okay. So you'll only be hiding for a short time under the blankie with Tibbles. Okay. Pile 3, we have a little nudge here, possibly to take care of your well-being, to make sure that you are doing the right things that you need to do for your physical body. You may have neglected your physical body to do a lot of spiritual work lately, so there is a little nudge there. If you know, it could be about eating right, exercising the right amount. Maybe you've been exercising excessively. Maybe you've been dieting excessively. You know, it's going to be different for everyone. So make sure you're doing the right things for you and for your body, because your physical body needs to be taken care of too. And when we do a lot of spiritual work, sometimes we kind of almost become a little bit disconnected from the physical body, because we're working with such higher vibrational energies that we barely feel the body anymore. And we have to remember that it has to be taken care of, and it has to be looked after. Even if we feel fine, the body may not be fine when we ground ourselves properly back into it. So again, it could be a reminder to ground for some people here as well. Okay. All right. Where are we going to finish today? That's a good one. Yes. Let me get some other cards out. I'm going to pause so you don't have to wait. Okay, let's get some guardian angel messages. Again, pick 1, 2, and 3. They're all coming out by themselves right now. I'm going to read that one for everyone, and then we're going to take, it doesn't have to be the same piles as you picked earlier. Just think 1, 2, or 3, and we'll have a little angel, guardian angel message for you. So 1, 2, and 3. And the message for everyone is prayer. Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I'm fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I'm lost, help me find my way. When I'm confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. Where I perceive chaos, help me to see the order. Thank you. Yes, isn't that appropriate for the beginning of this reading, what we were saying about chaos and crazy things going on around us in the world right now? Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Take a moment, pick one of these, and let's read them out. Okay, so number 1, blessings. Love, light, and blessings. I like this. Through this card, you are being showered with angelic light. Accept the blessings about to come your way and know that you deserve to be and have all your heart desires. You are being lovingly guided along a golden path, a magical journey through which you shall discover your true essence, the infinite and eternal, the infinite and eternal you. Congratulations. That's a beautiful message. Number 2 is another prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me to believe that all is possible through love. Help me manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me feel eternally loved, and thank you for always being by my side. That's gorgeous. Okay. And action for number 3, drop all fear and just do it. Just effing do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. Well, isn't that exciting, everyone? Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I will be back very, very soon with some more pick a card readings. Please do keep commenting. Let me know what you would like to see. Please let me know how this reading was for you, if it resonated for you, what the messages were that you were able to take from this one. I hope this was helpful. Okay, until I see you guys again, please take very, very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.